Let's join Jack now. Jack, you're on the air.
Good morning, Bill. How are you?
Fine, Jack. Great to talk to you, my friend. Long time no gab.
Yeah, I know. I don't get on as often as I want to. The politicians, etc., don't stir me up as much as they used to.
Something got you stirred up this morning. What was that?
Well, I won't say stir it up, but I heard Richard Cashin on this morning, and I've been thinking about this 2041 Energy Inc., is it?
Yeah, this group of lawyers, for lawyers and former lawyers, yeah.
Yeah, well, everybody respects Richard Cashin very much, including me. But somebody who was less respectful than I might say that it was a case of the Little Five meeting at the Super 8.
The what?
Pardon me?
Just say that again?
The Little Five meeting at the Super 8.
Okay, what are you talking? Jack, you're going to have to explain that one for us.
Well, I'm just saying that this group doesn't impress me.
Hello, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Okay, something happened. There was a click. Jack, you're saying that you're talking about this five law. You're saying they're not impressive to you. Hello? Jack is gone for some reason or other. Patrick, Megan, would you let Pat know? I know he's on the phone there, that Jack seems to be gone. Whatever happened to him. And if he could set up his... I know he's setting up our next call here. I'll go to Minister Daly now. Okay, Jack, will you get back? By the way, we somehow lost you. I knew something was happening when I heard this big click. So get back to us, please, and we'll continue, because I want to know what you're talking about this group of five that is anti-Muskrat Falls. And let's join our friend Jack. How you doing, Jack? Glad we were able to get you back on the air again.
Yeah, well, great. Thanks very much.
What happened to you? Did your phone, was it at this end or your end, do you think?
Bill, I hate to say this, but it must have been at your end.
Okay, well, thanks for...
I hate to put the blame on anybody else.
Well, I'll tell you what.
I'd love to take it myself, but I can't.
But if it happened at this end, we'd be the first to want to know, if you get my drift, Jack, and try to fix it up. Anyway, go for it, my friend.
Well, Mr. Cassin referenced the PUB this morning.
Yeah.
It's my understanding that the review of the PUB grew out of an environmental impact assessment that was done and had to be done. And that environmental impact assessment, which I read, came up with the comment to the effect that they couldn't decide whether this was the best alternative or not.
Well, they weren't restricted to just the environmental impact, were they?
Oh, well, why else would they do it? The people on that board, I think it's 5 people there. I reviewed all their credentials. There's no one there with anything other than an environmental bent.
Yeah, but I mean, judges are not experts in everything they hear cases about, or arbitrators. I mean, if I had to be expert in everything I sat on boards of arbitrations about, my God, I'd know more about everything than anyone. But what I'm saying is that what you have is the experts who present the expert evidence, Jack, and intelligent, experienced, broad-minded men and women make a decision on that. You know what I mean?
But this was an environmental impact assessment, was it not?
All right, well, anyway, make your point, sir. What is it about the group you're talking about? The
point that I would want to make is that it was a mistake by the present administration to refer Muskrat Falls to the Public Utilities Board.
What should they have done?
They should have simply went ahead with the project.
And not have any kind of a sort of a forum for public input or interventions by anybody?
Input can be in any form it wants to, but the Public Utilities Board should not be required to adjudicate on major provincial government undertaking major projects.
Yeah, but they weren't going to hand down a binding decision, as I understand it. They were going to make recommendations based on their expertise in the field of electricity development. Make a recommendation to the government on it, whether this was feasible in their view or not, economically, technically, and every other way.
Economically and technically. Well,
so the PUB is always making...
They were asked to do one thing, Bill, decide whether it was the best alternative.
Yeah. And what's your problem with that?
Well, because I don't think it should have been done. I would speculate, and this is my opinion, that if former Premier Danny Williams would have been there would have been no reference to the Public Utilities Board. I believe the present administration only referred it to the Public Utilities Board in an attempt to take pressure off of what the Environmental Review Board said.
Okay. Well, listen, Jack.
In any event,
what's your take on this group of 5 lawyers and former lawyers have come out now? You heard Richard Cashin this morning take on the government, saying they were anti-democratic, hold the democratic processes in contempt. Well, what's your view on all that?
Oh, I don't think for a minute that's right. I don't think for a minute. I think they made a mistake, as I said earlier. But I trust Ed Martin, and I believe in the project. And I think that when the Decision 3 gate numbers come out, we'll know that a lot of the numbers being loosely thrown out are much, much exaggerated.
Okay.
And Bill, you yourself this morning said about $10-12 billion of debt.
No, I didn't. No,
well,
sorry,
yes,
sorry, Jack.
8,
sorry,
10,
Jack.
12.
I said, Jack, it went from 6.2 billion, and then it escalated up to somewhere in the 8 billion mark. And then I shouldn't have done it from what you're saying because it's subject to misunderstanding. Then I speculated, where does it go from here? 10 billion, 12 billion, 50?
Yeah,
I mean, that's what I'm saying is that it seems to be escalating in cost.
Well, it's not. It's escalating the cost of the people who are escalating it for their own particular purposes.
What's the latest figure the government's come out with? Do you know that? Are you aware of it?
I do not, and I won't know, and you probably won't know, Bill. You may have inside information.
No, I don't have any inside. I'm talking about what public pronouncements have been made by Ed Martin or the Minister of Natural Resources or the Premier or anything on what they see by way of estimate. We're talking estimates here now. Nothing is etched in stone or set in concrete. What they see as the final cost of the Muskrat Falls project.
Well, they haven't released a number. They haven't commented. But I do remember the Premier Dunderdale being interviewed, not interviewed, but appearing on Randy Sim's show when she said, Randy's question, if I recall correctly, was, will the cost be over 6.2? Mm-hmm. And her answer was yes. But I forget how she put it. It won't be great. No, that's not quite what she said. Greatly over, but I think it was substantially or something like that. But we're speculating now, and that's what we shouldn't be doing.
Okay. Well, Jack, thanks for your take on things. Appreciate it, my friend.
The one thing that I would ask the 2041 Energy Inc. people.
Yeah.
Do you plan to spend $1 billion or more on Holyrood for pollution control equipment and refurbishing?
Yeah, that's a good question, Jack. You're out there.
And that has to be spent if we're going to keep operating till 2041 or whatever date they have in mind.
And get rid of the devastation to the environment that thing has caused over the years.
And will continue to cause. And if they think that if they think that we're going to go away, we worked long and hard to get the government to agree that had to go. And we had a commitment for 2011, which hasn't been kept. But that either Churchill Muskrat Falls would be developed or that pollution control equipment would be installed.
Well, I thank you very much, Jack, and I see part of the reason why you would like to see the Lower Churchill going to get rid of that desecration in Holyrood, or that has caused such devastation over the years. And thank you very much for joining the 2 points.
But I still consider it to be a good project.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Jack.
Thank you, sir, for your time.
Nice talking to you. All the best.
Nice talking to you.
Bye-bye. Anybody who would like to comment on Jack's points, by all means do so.